All eyes this morning are on the crisis overseas. Russian forces have entered Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv. This is video of a massive explosion captured there, fire and smoke just filling the air. We're learning Russian forces blew up a gas pipeline, and now Ukraine's government is warning that smoke from the explosion could cause an environmental catastrophe. And they have advised people to cover their windows with a damp cloth or gauze, but most have fled the country. They're still trying to flee the country, and many are seeking shelter in subway stations. At last check, the UN says at least 64 civilians were killed since Russia began its invasion on Thursday, and they do warn that numbers could rise in the coming days. 176 civilians were injured on the ground in aerial attacks, and 368,000 people have fled the country. Ukrainian troops, they're trying to protect their country at all costs. Here at home, President Biden has stressed that U.S. troops will not go to Ukraine directly, as it's not a member of the NATO alliance, but can help stage support nearby, announcing another round of sanctions against Russia. ABC's M. Wynn has more.
More assaults in Ukraine as families remain under a wartime curfew. U.S. defense officials say Russian leader Vladimir Putin's military forces are about 20 miles outside Kyiv. Despite calls for Ukrainian President Zelensky to leave, he's chosen to stay in the heart of the capital, saying, "We know we are defending our country, our land, our children's futures." Volunteers taking up arms to fight against Russian troops after the Ukrainian military relaxed restrictions on who can join the fight. The White House announcing new sanctions against Russia, the U.S. joining the European Commission, France, Germany, Italy, the United Kingdom, and Canada in banning some Russian banks from the SWIFT global payments network. The U.S. also providing military equipment to Ukraine, as well as troops posted just outside the border to help with the ongoing surge in traffic. The UN estimates more than 150,000 civilians have fled to neighboring countries.
My husband and I, we actually looked at a map and we were trying to figure out the best way for me and my child to travel if I had to flee.
In Hungary, this emotional reunion after a Ukrainian mother brought a stranger's children to safety.
A senior administration official tells us with all of this week's sanctions, Putin's claim that sanctions will not affect Russia's economy is just a myth. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Here at home, Governor Greg Abbott is asking restaurants, liquor stores, and retailers across the state to remove Russian products from their shelves and operations. Now, the Texas Restaurant Association confirmed bars across the country, including here in Texas, they are pouring out their Russian vodka. Some are replacing it with vodka made in the Ukraine. The association says there are a list of things these businesses use from Russia, with vodka and caviar at the top. Texas businesses are on board, and the association is working now to help them replace the Russian products that they're getting rid of.
We're going to lock arms and help the restaurants and the businesses, but also make sure that the citizens of Ukraine know that Texas restaurants and food service industry is with them. It's not a lot, we know that, but I think people right now feel very implored to do whatever they can.
Now, we also spoke to an economics professor at Grand State Valley University who told us this move will likely impact individual Russian companies, so then the country's economy as a whole rather than that. Now, he also said it would make large vodka companies less likely to go ahead and support the invasion.